This is the story of Zola, a girl whose voice didn't just carry sound, it carried life itself. In the village of Kizani, the earth was red, and the hearts of the people were often as hard as the stones they farmed. It was a place where people spoke only when necessary, and usually their words were sharp, born from the fatigue of long days in the sun. Zola was born on a day when the air was perfectly still. Her mother, Malaika, looked down at her newborn daughter and whispered, "You are so beautiful." As the word beautiful left her mother's lips, a tiny, vibrant yellow butterfly fluttered out of Zola's tiny mouth. It circled the room once and landed on Malaika's nose. The midwife gasped. They had never seen a child born with the spirit of the air inside her. As Zola grew, the miracle grew with her. She did not cry like other children. Instead, she hummed, and every time she said something sweet, a new butterfly was born. By the time Zola was 10, Kizani had changed. It was no longer a grey, dusty village. It was a kaleidoscope. Because Zola was a kind child, she was constantly speaking words of encouragement. To the old man struggling with his water jug, she said, "Let me help you, grandfather." And 3 orange swallowtails emerged to dance around his head, making him laugh for the first time in years. To the tired farmers, she called out, "The harvest will be plenty," and a cloud of blue monarchs rose into the sky, cooling the air with the flapping of their wings. Word of the butterfly girl spread to the coastal cities. A wealthy merchant named Vane arrived in Kizani with silver cages. He didn't care about the kindness, he only cared about the gold he could make by selling living jewels. He tried to force Zola to speak. He brought her gifts, but Zola could see the darkness in his heart. When he demanded she speak, she remained silent. Anger flared in Vane. "Speak, girl," he shouted. Zola only shook her head. Because she felt no kindness for him, no butterflies came. Vane realized the secret. The magic only worked through love. Vane kidnapped Zola's mother, Malaika, locking her in a tower. "If you want her free," he told Zola, "you must fill these 50 cages with butterflies by sunset." Zola sat in the dust, her heart breaking. She tried to say kind things to the cages, to the stones, to the air. "You are good," she whispered. A small pale butterfly appeared, but it looked weak and soon vanished. She realized she couldn't lie to the magic. Kindness cannot be forced, it must be felt. Zola closed her eyes and stopped looking at the cages. She thought of her mother's smile, the way the village children played in the rain, and the smell of the red earth after a storm. She began to sing a song of pure, unselfish love for her home. The air began to vibrate. From her lips came hundreds, then thousands of butterflies, red, purple, gold, and emerald. They didn't fly into the cages. Instead, they swarmed around Vane and his guards, their wings creating a wind so strong it blew the cages away and knocked the keys from Vane's belt. Zola used the keys to free her mother, but the effort had cost her. Her voice had become a thin whistle, and her skin looked as light as a butterfly's wing. She realized that she was not meant to stay in one place. If she stayed, people would always try to trap her beauty for themselves. That night, Zola hugged her mother one last time. She whispered, "I will always be in the wind." A single glowing white butterfly, larger than any seen before, emerged from her. The next morning, Zola was gone. In her place, the village was filled with flowers that had never grown there before, fed by the magic the butterflies had left behind. In Kizani today, the people are very careful with their words. They know that a harsh word can wilt a petal, but a kind word might just bring a visitor from the sky. And whenever a butterfly lands on a person's shoulder, they whisper a thank you to Zola, the girl who taught the world that the most beautiful things we possess are the words we give to others. The lesson: beauty is the shadow of kindness. When we speak with love, we create things that outlive our own voices.